Good morning. This morning I'm going to cover question 9 of the COS1511 October-November 2015 exam paper. On the left here is the question and on the right is the solution. The question asks, consider the following three lists, and then you have a look here and there's your list, okay? Write a C++ function myLists that adds the values in list 1 to the values in list 2 as shown above. If the sum of the two is an even number, the corresponding value of list 3 is set to 0, otherwise it is set to 1. Okay, I don't know where the 1 is missing, but it's gone. Use the following function header. It's got a void return. The list name is myLists, and then it's got the three integer lists and then the size. So we have to pass these variables through to this function. So as you can see here, what I've done is I've created a main function and I've told it that the list is 5 because that's what I can see here, that there's 5 options. Okay. And then all I've done is I've created my three lists. As you can see, it's using the list size because each array needs to be initialized with a set size in C++, and so that's why I've got it specified over here. Then on the right hand side, this is how you declare the values that are meant to go into that array or into that list. So as you can see, I've got my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then for list 2 I've got the 0, 4, 6, 8, 10. Okay, I've declared list 3 to be all zeros in here because I want to show you the difference of what list 3 looks like before it actually executes in the function. So that's what this statement is here. You wouldn't need to write it in the exam. It's more just for illustration purposes of this video so that you can see what is actually happening in the code. As you can see, then call that function myLists and I pass them the three integer lists that are inside here and then the list size, which is over here, and then it will execute this void function. And inside this void function I've declared an integer variable called test value and I've initialized it to 0. Okay, and then I've said to it that it must loop through the whole the list, which is based on the size of the list, and it must increment by 1. Okay, and so this test value becomes the new additional value that gets added by adding list 1 and list 2 together. Then what it does is it performs a test and it says that if the test value is divided by 2 or is able to is able to divide by 2 and not have a remainder, then it would equal 0. So therefore list 3 should be set to 0. And the same here with it saying if it's not, if there's a remainder, then it needs to set the list 3 value to 1. And yeah, and as you can see here, I've created the output so that you can see what the list would look like. So ultimately the list would show this is 0 initially, and then the second execution would show this 1 0 1 0 1 0. Okay, so I'm going to execute that code, and there it is. And as you can see, this is where it is initialized to 0, which is inside here. So this is the code that's being executed. Then inside of the function, it's returning these exact values over here. I hope that this video has been helpful and gives you some assistance with regards to question 9. I must be honest, it felt complicated in the beginning, but when I actually looked at it and I got my C++ brain on, I was able to come up with the correct solution. So thank you for watching this video, and good luck with the exam.